Yeah, if everybody's going to talk about NFTs, let's talk about NFTs. It's hard to understand. This video really helped me understand NFTs and why I don't want anything to do with them. Check it out. It's by Folding Ideas. This is a great documentary channel. This guy knows everything about what he talks about. Very smart dude. Does a lot of research on this stuff. And this is called Line Goes Up, the problem with NFTs. I'm just going to play a short segment about this that pertains to NFT gaming. Okay. Play to earn gaming, because this is troubling me right now. I'm very concerned about play to win gaming taking over the gaming landscape. It looks ugly. Let's watch it together and see if you kind of draw the same conclusions as I did.
Instead of running a hangout spot in a video game, that I'm a decentralized finance organization giving out mortgages in cryptocurrency, and I scour your transaction history for donations to the NAACP as part of my risk assessment protocol. Imagine that Nestle is able to track unionization efforts in real time because the union is issuing governance tokens on a publicly auditable blockchain. The belief that the world will be fairer if the rules are enshrined in code, enforced by computers, and made extremely difficult to change or circumvent is laughable. It's not merely naive, but categorically ahistoric. This is where a lot of my resistance comes from. You can create specialized crypto chains that have a negligible environmental impact, but the force of that model is culturally destructive. The current system sucks, but this is just a worse version of the current system. It doesn't even stop there. It's tokens all the way down.
This game has a good high barrier of entry, so most people can't do it unless they have what's called a scholarship, where someone essentially pays for their barrier of entry to allow them to play the game, and then they can split the profits afterwards.
All right, so he's going to explain that, but just let that description kind of sink in and relate it to your own mobile game. This means that it's a whale and kraken controlled game, and they don't let you in unless you have a whale or kraken account. Okay. So the barrier for entry is very expensive. So a whale or kraken will sponsor you to play, be your boss, so that you can play the game to earn money for them.
Like, okay, Axie Infinity is a so-called play-to-earn video game based on Ethereum, but because Ethereum is too slow and expensive to interact with directly, the developers, Sky Mavis, created a side chain called Ronin, which consists of a governance currency called AXS, the game character tokens called Axies, and the in-game currency called Smooth Love Potions, or SLP. All of these components are built to function as money because that's what the machine is built to do. The so-called play-to-earn model is a great case study in what the end result of the crypto ecosystem actually looks like.
Yeah, this is where it's all headed. So when you hear crypto, when you hear NFTs, this is what your life will start to look like if you are a cog in that machine. The gist of the video, just to sum up to where we're at this point, the video is going to explain how cryptocurrency is basically a pyramid scam, a pump and dump scam. It's all the scams. And what cryptocurrency is it's the top 5% for wealth trying to squeeze their way into the top 1% for wealth. The way they do that is they convince you, the middle class, the upper middle class, the lower middle class, that you can be rich too if you buy into the crypto. This stuff isn't worth anything unless us regular people start buying it too at much higher prices. You're not going to make any money with NFTs and cryptocurrency unless you already have an obscene amount of money. I mean, that's the truth. Okay. That's what this comes down to. That's the real straightforward talk on this. Unless you are already top 5% so that you can build out your own cryptocurrency scam, your own NFT scam, and these are all scams, then you're not going to make the money that these people are talking about. You're going to get scammed. That's where you're gonna be a middle person in the pyramid. It's no different than selling Amway or Avon or any of that kind of crap that we all know is scams. The only difference between NFTs and cryptocurrency is that we just haven't caught up. We haven't got smart enough as a society to instantly recognize it as a scam. These are the Nigerian prince emails. This is all that stuff. All that stuff that you know is a scam. That's NFTs, that's crypto. And the end result is play to earn games. Avoid, avoid, avoid.
Axie Infinity gets a lot of credulous coverage from the press because a handful of people in the Philippines are able to make a marginal living by playing the game and flipping their SLP, which lets Sky Maven turn around and pretend that they're a humanitarian organization and not a for-profit business who makes money off all the people rushing to buy a team of Axies, believing that they can get paid just for playing.
You have to buy your fucking characters. So we're all doing it too, right? All right, so I'm part of a mobile video game, and you got to buy characters, but like, these characters have real world, they're NFTs. The fucking characters in the game are NFTs. So they're being bought and sold like fucking stocks. Fucking gross.
Now, real quick, Axie Infinity is a lightweight card-based PvP game where players fight with a team of 3 critters called Axies. It's a bit Pokemon and a bit Slay the Spire.
It's literally pay to win. Since when did pay to win become like a positive thing? Oh, everybody, it's pay to win. The game part of this, the whales and krakens that own these fucking things, they don't want to even play the fucking game. That's why they would hire you to play the game. You have to play the game to raise the value of their assets. How is this sinking in yet? How fucking crazy this is?
Axies have randomized attributes and are all tokenized, so if you sell an Axie, you're selling that specific Axie. Smooth love potions are used to breed Axies and thus form the basis of the economy as they are fungible relative to the Axies themselves. Matches are either ranked or unranked, but only ranked matches entered using energy, which recharges every day, can earn SLP. The amount of energy you have to work with depends on the number of Axies in your wallet and ranges from 20 to 60. Additionally, higher ranked matches are worth more SLP. More SLP means a bigger stable of Axies, which means more energy to play matches, more flexibility.
I mean, everybody that knows mobile video games knows this model. We're being trained to do this. If you're playing a mobile video game, you're being trained to think all this shit is normal. Like they're just gonna try to roll you into it. That's the thing. They're going to try to roll you into it. And I was just watching this whole video. This whole video is fucking great. I'm going to go over to, this segues really nicely into a Jim Sterling video that they're doing it. They're fucking doing it. Now we have NFT loot boxes. They're making NFT. They're normalizing all this shit. We have to push back. You have to push back on cryptocurrency, NFTs, play to win, play to get paid games, fucking NFT loot boxes. Don't go for it. If it shows up at your door, push it out the fucking door. It's all gross. It's all scams.
Just when the video game industry couldn't get any more disgusting, any more revolting, any more downright fucking pathetic in its never-ending quest to desperately scrape and claw every last conceivable penny out of an audience it perpetually views as marks to be preyed upon, there's always some way for game companies to sink ever more despicably lower. Indeed, there is no...
I hate to say it, but if they're giving you NFTs, don't accept them. Don't accept them. Don't open a fucking wallet. One of the main points of the previous video was that if you open like an NFT wallet, you're opening yourself up to scams. Anyone at any time can put something into your wallet. And there are scams being run on that constantly. It is just a fucking safe haven for fucking scam artists right now. The NFT, the crypto market is just lousy with scams. It's almost entirely scam filled.
barrel bottom low enough for the filthy con merchants of the game industry. So subterranean is their scraping. And so it is that I'm now forced to present to you a concept so vile, so antithetical to everything we stand for on this show, that I feel the need to profusely apologise before I ever utter the forbidden words. I am sorry. I am truly, deeply sorry for this. But here we go. NFT loot boxes. I said it, and I feel dirty for doing so. I can feel my tongue shriveling and teeth rotting as I say NFT loot boxes out loud, as if the foul black speech of Sauron himself has corrupted my mouth for simply letting such vile language pass between fast decaying lips. God, they did a good job with that makeup though, right? Did you know he was played by the fucking gyro captain from the Road Warrior? Huh, the more you know.
Sally McBeal seeks advice from Dr. Tracy.
Speaking of knowing more, I really wish I didn't. The fact I now know NFT loot boxes are real.
NFT loot boxes, unfucking believable, unfucking believable. All right, so you got NFT loot boxes. You got games that want to pay you minimum wage to play them, so that you can have a fucking kraken or whale as your boss. And then we got this. This is the reality of mobile game sponsorships by upper echelon gamers. I just found this channel. It's fucking fantastic. They got a ton of views on a lot of their videos because they're all fucking great. I would highly suggest checking them out. The news in this is going to blow your fucking mind. It blew my fucking mind open when I heard it. Check this shit out.
This video is brought to you by Keeps. Stick around to hear more about the discount that they're providing to the entire upper echelon community. Okay, today I want to take a stab at transparency while also discussing some information I learned during my recent days playing Amazon's New World MMORPG. The subject is mobile gaming, and more specifically, mobile sponsors, with some secondary analysis of their monetization tactics, which I learned from someone who helps develop them. A bit of backstory here before we dive in. Most of this info comes from someone I played with during the New World launch window. This person expressed that they would like to remain anonymous for the sake of their job and reputation, just as a side note, so I will honor that. Over the course of a few weeks, I got to know them fairly well, and we discussed the topic rather frequently, leading to the idea that I would eventually cover this topic exclusively and conduct some sort of interview with them. That obviously never happened. For one reason or another, we eventually lost touch. I tried to reach out and reopen that interview discussion with very little success, but some of our prior conversations still resonate with me, and as far as I could tell, the info was legitimate, so I wanted to share it in a video with greater context while also attempting to use it as an explanation for another subject entirely. The subject is mobile game sponsorships, because very recently I was sent an offer through my brand agency. Well, a soft offer, actually. There was no contract yet, but I was sent a soft offer to participate in a campaign for an upcoming...
I get these all the time. I get these not as good as this, but I do get these, and I tell them all to fuck off.
Mobile title called Dynasty Heroes Conquest. I don't think I'll get in any sort of trouble for saying all this or like telling you the name. There was no NDA, and I'm not even saying it to insult or attack them. It's just a reality that this campaign did exist. Well, this company was offering $10,000 for a 5 to 10 minute dedicated video about their product and a 60-second marketing segment, or maybe it was 30 seconds, I don't remember, that they would then use in their own promotions. To me, that's a lot of money. For some creators, it might be nothing to them, but for me to do a couple hours of work and produce a 7-minute video or a 6-minute video about a mobile game and get paid $10,000 for it, yeah, that's kind of a lot. Here's the thing though. I have railed day in and day out against the mobile gaming industry, which put me in a really awkward position. I wanted that money. I had an easy way to get that money, but once I use a face cam, read a script, or use their talking points, whatever they were, whatever they actually wanted, while giving them permission to use that material however and whenever they want for marketing on Facebook or YouTube ads or Instagram, whatever it is, well, the bell cannot be unrung. Once I took that money and produced that video, I would have to accept that my voice can be bought. That's already true to a certain extent, by the way. I promote things like Keeps, for example. Obviously, it's a sponsor right now on this very video. And I have a few more like Manscaped or Skillshare as well, a bunch. But for mobile games, there's an entirely different atmosphere here. You see, mobile games are flush with capital and have no problem spending it. Mobile games are by far, no question, the highest paying sponsors that I have ever seen in my entire career on this platform. Here's an example. Raid Shadow Legends by Plarium Games has reached out to me roughly 9 times.
I mean, I did my raid stream. I mean, absolutely. Who hasn't? It's like a rite of passage, right? I mean, I guess the difference is with my raid stream is that I clearly did it. I transparently did it to get my editor a computer. It paid for half my editor's computer. So in that's how I justified that. I don't know if I'd do it again. I definitely have issues with it. For the amount that I talk about the evils of mobile games, it's really hard to accept their money.
Times in the past 2 years through different agencies.
They did. They paid me $600 for it, and I used that towards. I doubled that and got my editor a computer.
One time they offered $4,800 for a 60-second promo. Another time it was a $20 CPM for a 45-second integration.
Apparently, I was underpaid. I did a full hour for them.
Which is basically 10 times what I normally get for ad revenue on the platform. Sometimes it was higher, sometimes it was lower, but that's also a function of the middleman advertising agency itself, so it's hard to tell exactly what they were like literally spending, but it was a lot. The point is, mobile game developers have ridiculous amounts of cash to throw at YouTubers, and that kind of money allows them to effectively purchase slow-built integrity. If a YouTuber spends 3 years cultivating a specific reputation, but then gets $14,000 thrown at them, I was offered that amount in the past, myself. However, it coincided with a massive viewership spike at the same time, which meant my ad revenue was at a point where I had no issues rejecting sponsors, so that was kind of convenient. But anyways, if someone cultivates a reputation and then falls on hard times, an advertising agency can swoop in on behalf of a mobile game developer. Neither of them is, strictly speaking, doing anything wrong per se. It's just a matter of opportunity plus need. And that YouTuber then becomes a voice for the game and helps sell it to their audience. Pause. Before going any further, it's time for me to pay the channel bills and offer a partner discount in the process. 95% of you watching this right now are men, ages 18, sponsors.
All right, I think the bit that really blew my mind is coming up. I think I got the right video here. I'm like starting to doubt it, but I think it's coming up here. Yeah, I think this is going to be it. This is nuts coming up.
Pay bills, but to me, mobile game sponsors in particular are in kind of a league of their own. And here's why. The person I met during the launch of New World, the Amazon MMO, I had actually known him since the preview, but we didn't chat much till the official launch. That person was a game developer who worked on a variety of different projects, but primarily specialized in digital video game economies and monetization. He had crafted mobile game monetization methods.
This is the guy, everybody. This is the guy that makes the offers, man. This is the magic man. This is the man that makes the money.
Also some in the adult game industry, certain websites where you play adult video games, if you know what I mean. And he was part of a small group who network between major companies, major AAA companies, that also know each other and do this type of work. His expertise was extracting money from players, and one primary example he gave, and it's an absolute shame that I lost contact with him, this topic would have been an incredible thing to dig into. One example he gave was a system he designed that would target mobile game purchasing deals or purchase notifications towards players that were specifically likely at that particular moment in time to be drunk.
Did you catch that, everybody? Should I play it again? Holy shit. Holy shit. He designed an algorithm that would know when you're drunk and then to push offers at you when you're drunk. Holy shit. If you ever feel that that's happening to you, you need to uninstall fast. Oh my fucking God. There are applications that they have developed that can tell if you're drunk on your phone, right? No, this exists. You can download them. If you have problems drinking, there are applications that have been designed to figure out if you're drunk and then alert you to it. You know, hey, you're drunk, don't drive, right? You can download that. It's helpful. The technology wasn't developed for this, but this guy was like, I could get people to spend more money if I push offers when the phone figures that out. So when you download that application to help you with your alcohol problem, right? So that you don't drive and get into a fucking car wreck and kill yourself or someone else, you probably give it permission to your phone. You download a mobile game, you give it permission to access everything on your phone. Now it knows when you're drunk.
I forget the details on how it functioned or how he ultimately created it to understand what was happening, but this was a highly successful system that resulted in his boss being exceptionally pleased.
And the company fucking loved it. They were like, give this man a goddamn raise. Smartest motherfucker there is. Oh my God. I don't know what game he's talking about, but if we could figure it out, that's insane. That's absolutely fucking insane. So look, these people, they're not beyond anything. There's no low that they won't stoop to. And that's why it's dangerous to take money from them. because they're literally the worst people. They market gambling to children. They will push offers on you when you're drunk. They don't give a fuck what you're addicted to. They will take advantage of it for their own ends. You can trust me on Mr. Hartgrave, Gravediggers. Check these creators out. Everybody I played here, they're the top of the fucking food chain when it comes to YouTube and awesome videos. Love all of them. Links will be down below. Keep digging.